really early today, and before I start my work on Englewood and Honey Badger Radio stuff, I figure since I'm up early as fuck and I have coffee in me and I don't get to play video games as often, I'd stream some Dark Souls Remastered. So before I start and I see that nobody's here, I'm going to share the link out a couple places. Maybe if some folks are hanging around Europe, or
I'm going to share the link out.
And y'all ain't got shit to do, you want to hang out, I'll be on Dark Souls for a little while. Maybe I'll do another stream after, depending on the interest. I have the Final Fantasy VII remake demo. I played it one time. I could play it again so you guys could see it if you want to. So let me share this to a couple places. May as well, right? Oh man, I need to change my thumbnail on my YouTube channel. I'm guessing that Lindsay is still en route to work. She might even see me. Drop this in the Discord too. Just making sure. And I'll put it in this chat. I know it's, like I said, I know it's early for some people, but we got a lot of Europeans that come and hang out. What's in here? Maybe I can put something in here too. There we go. All right. Oh, what's up, Matthias Nordblad? All right. Hopefully the game volume isn't fighting too hard with you. Lower it just a teeny bit. Sometimes the sound effects can be a little overwhelming. This is probably like maybe the third or fourth time that I've played this game. But I love myself some Dark Souls. This is a new game plus character. Primarily it was a strength build. What was I doing here? Oh, well, whatever. It was a strength build. And then I decided I wanted to like try. So like, okay, this is the remastered version, right? I played this game before on, hold on a second. I'm just gonna make some adjustments here. Sometimes if the game is too loud, I feel like I'm shouting. I played this game before on PS3, and I've done a couple of builds. When I played it then, I did a faith build, a strength build, and a dex build. And then I hadn't played it for a while. And so I decided... Well, let's go this way. I hadn't played it in a while, and so I decided to, just do a strength build again. Because it was, you know, that's usually a good start, a solid starting point. Especially if you haven't played these a lot, and so, and like after that, like I played the game and I was like, I beat it, and then I was thinking, well, shit, you know, maybe I should have, I like how there's so many, there's like a bonfire here, and then there's like, you go through a room and there's another bonfire immediately after. But, what was I saying? Yeah, so, strength builds are good, I think, on Dark Souls 1, for, noobs, for people who are starting out. You can't go wrong with that. I like the stagger strength builds give you. Yeah. And light armor for fast rolls. Let me just make sure. I gotta turn on my, change my network settings. Oops. Alright, and am I wearing... I haven't played in a little bit. Do I have the ring on? Because... yeah, okay, I do. So... yeah, so I did the strength build, and, beat the game with it. And now I'm doing New Game Plus for fun. I just... you know what it really is? Honestly? The story behind this is a little bit silly. So... in 2017, I got the Dark Souls board game. It was like a gift. I was like going through the whole testicular cancer thing. I'm gonna put my sign down. I love doing co-op. It's my favorite. Oh yeah, so I did this. Oh, that's right. I'm in the wrong covenant though. So I got the I got the board game, and Iron Adam John, what's up? And I got it around the time that I was going through chemo and surgery and stuff, and so I really enjoyed the board game. I don't get to play it as often as I'd like to, but it is a lot of fun. You know, it's a good sort of like substitute in its own way. It's a little different, but it's got its own merits, right? And then the remastered game came out, and I decided to play through it for fun. You know, I mean, I bought it, and then I played through it. And as much as I enjoy Dark Souls Remastered, a part of me still wishes that, you know, if they did a little bit more, like, it's sort of like, yeah, it runs at a higher frame rate and, you know, all that, but you're not getting, like, a real different experience, you know? So... oh man, I do not remember this. I haven't played this in a while. I have no memory of this place. So, anyway, so the reason why I brought up the board game is quite simple. I don't really need any of the items here, so... I wanted to play through it, and I was playing through, and I've tried to play through, and one of the things that my friend and my wife and I are trying to do on the board game is defeat Ornstein and Smough. And around the same time that we were doing that, I decided that I wanted to, fight Ornstein and Smo. I was feeling nostalgic. So I started playing a New Game Plus game, which is this game, and I just wanted to get to Ornstein and Smo and beat them. Now, I mean, as evidenced by the fact that I'm in, the Demon Ruins, I did beat them, and I did that part of the game. But now I feel like I just want to keep going, and I want to go to Ulasil and fight against Artorias, and again for the oh hey, what's up, dude? For the nostalgia, such as it is. I mean, I know that nostalgia is probably not like the best word that we want to use here. I hit every treasure chest before I open it. Matthias, jolly cooperation, that's right. It's the only kind of cooperation. Anyway. So, yeah, so I wanted to play against Ornstein and Smo because we were fighting against them on the board game. And the board game has really great miniatures that, they look like they basically just took the models right out of the game, refined them, and then used a 3D printer to make them. So, for the most part, they're really good. I hate these fucking dragons, man. Dino legs. Because I think this is the... Yeah, this is what's gonna happen. Oh, shit. Just gonna come in here for a second. So anyway, while I was playing against Ornstein and Smo, I ended up doing a whole lot of co-op and helping people. And so I used it to level up my guy so that I have a really high intelligence, a relatively high faith, and a pretty high dexterity as well. So I'm playing around with different weapon builds. That's why I'm carrying the gargoyle axe. When I played through the playthrough the first time, I had the Black Knight Greatsword because it's one of the best weapons in the game. But the problem with the Black Knight Greatsword is that it's just direct damage. It doesn't it doesn't have any other exploits like any other advantages. So I learned that. Oh, and then I got the Black Knight Halberd early in the New Game Plus build. I got it from the Black Knight in the Darkroot Basin. And I basically played through, I want to say, like, half of this playthrough or more was with the Black Knight Halberd. I was carrying that for most of the playthrough. And I made it +5. And I still have it. But the problem with the Black Knight Halberd and the Black Knight Greatsword and a lot of other special weapons like this is they can't be buffed. And so I wanted to buff my weapons with... magic weapon, crystal magic weapon, as well as, pine resin and that kind of shit. Have you tried the Dragon Tooth? It's a bit hard to use in PvP, but the damage is insane. I actually, haven't. I usually play Greatsword builds when I do strength builds. Zweihanders and, Greatswords and Ultra Greatswords and stuff. But I got kind of into halberds because I like the reach, and the thing that about this gargoyle halberd is +15, I think. Let me see. Yeah, it's +15, and so it does even though it's +15, it still does less damage than some of the other. Like the Black Knight Halberd +5 does 367. This does 287, but I can buff this So I can like use gold pine resin on it. I could use magic weapon on it. I can't do that with the Black Knights thing. And another weapon that was really great that I've never made a build around, but I built this character up so that I can use it, is the Moonlight Greatsword. And the Moonlight Greatsword still does less damage than the halberd and this Gargoyle halberd, I think. Let me just check it. The Moonlight Greatsword, yeah, you can see, like, I buffed some things because I want to try them out. Here's the Dragon Slayer Spear, +5, that's Ornstein Spear. This is a Demon's Great Hammer, +10. I haven't actually used it, I just buffed it up because I thought maybe I'll try out some blunt weapons. The Showtail, I want to make this one either make this one +15 or make this one +10, but maybe with an element on it, like lightning or fire or something. The thing about the Showtail is it ignores shields, so that's pretty good for PvP, from what I've heard. Lightning's Wayhander, +5, which is a kind of a standard thing. The Great Sword of Artorias, I used that one for the ghosts in New Londo Ruins. Yeah, here, Moonlight Greatsword, +5. It doesn't do that much damage. It does like 200, but it does 200 magic damage, which unless the other player or monsters have specifically magic resistant builds, that sword is going to crush. But the problem is that if they do have magic anti-magic builds, you know, then the sword's not going to be very good. And the Black Knight Sword, +5. I think that I do have a club. Let me see. One thing I don't do is I don't buff my catalysts or bows because I don't really use them as main weapons, except for Goff's Great Bill. I did buff that one. I made that +5. But let me see. Where is my Dragon Tooth? Oh, you know what? I may have put it inside of my bottomless box. I have like 2 Dragon Tooths because I played through this twice and I killed what's his name? Havel 2 times. So, but anyway, so I'm rocking this. Moonlight Greatsword has an interesting moveset. Yeah, the range attack is really great. That's the best thing about the Moonlight Greatsword, I think. So, alright, let me see. So I'm going to try and shoot... I'm just going to run past these fucking torsos. I don't want to deal with them, so... Motherfucker. Where'd that guy go? I'm just looking around. I haven't been in Lost Izalith in forever. Ooh, Twin Humanities. Range battle. I don't have enough arrows. I don't think I do. No, I don't think I do. A really annoying boss coming up? Yeah. Yeah, Vet of Chaos is lame. I only, that's why I came here now, because, you know, what I want to do, I forgot about this, but I just remembered. I wanted to save Siegward, Siegmeyer, so that I can kill him in Ash Lake. I guess that has to happen. But, whoa, shit. Isn't there, one of these is a secret, I thought one of these was a secret door. It's fucking dragons. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm remembering this all wrong. Oh, yeah, it's right here. I knew it. I knew it. Can I put my sign down here? This whole area is annoying. Yeah. It's not my favorite area. But now that I think about it, like... I probably should... I gotta, like... Damn it. I wanted to, like, complete Siegmeyer's quest. So I went to do, Solaire, and I fucked that up. So I had to kill him. And I think it's shit, because, I did everything right except the last step. You know, I had the humanity, I did the whole thing. Thank God for player signs next to illusory walls. Yeah. It was how I kind of figured it out. That reminds me. I'm gonna change my magic. Oh no, wait, I have magic build now. Never mind. I was gonna switch to pyromancy, but... Alright, let's make a break for it. One thing I don't like about this area is the enemies are lame. Because it's basically those like levitating demon statues that breathe fire, which are slow and not interesting to fight against. And then there are those like fucking demon toilets that try to flush you. And yeah, that's all there is, really. A couple of invaders. Anyway. And that witch of Izalith, yeah. But that cast that big spell. Yeah, you just have to rush that bitch down. And the thing is that these guys right here, they're just really lame. Like all they have is placement, you know? This area was the last to be made, and they ran out of time, so it was all rushed. Is that true? This guy's floating, but he's not a demon. There's so many of these assholes too. It's like I don't know why the camera's doing that. Doesn't normally go up that high. You can't underestimate these assholes, even though they're kind of boring. They can gang up on you. Alright, time to fight this toilet. not taking any chances with this motherfucker. And now the witch and fucking Kirk. Oh, he won't invade though, because I'm not in human form. Well, maybe I'll just kill the witch then. I see her up there. No, bitch. That's all you gotta do, literally. As you can see, I died up here. I went in through the back because where's the back entrance at? It's this way, isn't it? There's another toilet there, though. Come on, toilet demon. You won't get grabbed, you'll get flushed. Ooh, Chaos Fire Whip. I don't even know if that's a good spell. I don't usually use magic in my, when I play through. Oh, I will put a little bit of faith so I can learn heal, and then, yeah, that's usually how I do my first builds. It's like I learn a heal spell, and I have a great sword, and I have high strength and high endurance, so that I'm not fat rolling. I mean, I don't do like fast rolling, but at least I'm not fat rolling, right? I'm trying to remember, where does this go? I'm trying to decide right now if I should like just kill the Bed of Chaos, or if I should like get my human form, come back and kill Kirk. Are you fat roll shaming? Yeah. Exaname Identico. Well, thanks for the follow. That's going back to where I came in. So I'm gonna go back up. I don't know, maybe I should just fucking do it. Just kill the bitch. I don't like this level, and part of me wants to get it over with. Although I could farm the Titanite demon over here, but I would need to, actually, I don't know why I would, though, because, there aren't, like, it's not like I have a ton of weapons that I need to upgrade. I mean, most of the shit that I have is almost all upgraded. Unless I need that for the dragon tooth, which I could do that, you know. Do you have the ring to prevent losing souls? Yeah. Use that for the Bed of Chaos. You know what I could do too is I could yeah, I have a few of those rings. Yeah, this is the area where you meet Siegmeyer. What the motherfucker? I hate these guys. It's just way too many of them. Anyway, yeah, that's where you meet him. Oh yeah, here we go. There's the Titanite demon. I killed him once. This is the toughest Titanite demon in the game, not only because the arena is ridiculously small, but also because that nigga is tough as fuck. He's got more hit points and he's got more health than any other Titanite demon, and he's really resistant to like everything. But if you can kill him, he drops 2 demon Titanites, so he's not really, you know what, it's not that it's that hard, because what you could do, it'll cost you a lot of souls, but what you can do is do what I did, because fighting with him is kind of like, it's an exercise in frustration. You can do it, but it'll take a really long time, so you may as well just shoot him with arrows until he dies, but you have to like make sure that, if you do that, well, let me, you know what, maybe I'll see if somebody else needs help, and I'll put my sign down over here and do some co-op with people. I don't see how anyone would say no to sunbrowing it up for the bed of chaos, so. Is Dark Souls the Dark Souls of Dark Souls? Actually, I've only died to the Bed of Chaos a couple of times, and I'm not saying that that's because of my skills. I'm saying because I'm lucky. Because basically the Bed of Chaos fight is luck. It's mostly luck, in fact. You know, it's just like, do you get swiped, you know, into the fucking pit or not? Who knows? You know, the RNG is really on this. This is the only fight that is actually cheap. Yes, the Bed of Chaos is really my least favorite boss fight. It's everybody's least favorite boss fight. If I don't get a person to come in I'll give it like 5 minutes or something, then I'm just gonna go for it, I guess. I wanted to finish Siegmeyer's quest, but I think you have to. There's a step that I had to do that I didn't do because he's not in that room. But I did see him. Let me think here. I'm trying to remember the quest line. Siegmeyer's the Onion Knight guy, and I basically was I did everything right until we got to, and I'm not sure where I went wrong, but he was in Firelink Shrine after I helped him out in Anor Londo, and then I went and defeated the 4 kings, and he was still there, and then I came here to do the Solaire quest. Did I give him purple moss? Oh, that's where he probably is. I haven't been to Blighttown. He's in Blighttown. That's right. I have to go to Blighttown. Fuck. I don't want to go to Blighttown, but I can. If I warp back to the Daughter of Chaos, I can backtrack there. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm gonna go to Blighttown. Is there a ring? So I'm just trying to remember. Is there a ring for the poison in Blighttown? I feel like there is, but I don't think I have it. Ah, fuck. Well, that's okay. I'll just warp. Daughter of Chaos. I've never played Dark Souls 1. It's most people's favorite Souls ring, the Rusted ring. I have the Rusted ring. Isn't that the same one you use at the bottom of Sen Fortress? This one? Improves balance on poor footing. That one's for the poison? Okay, I'll try it, I guess. Seems odd to me. Poison bite ring? I don't think I have that ring. But there are, I thought there was a ring that slows the effect. It doesn't, poison bite, poison resistance, okay. Yeah. I do have that ring. Apparently it also poisons you. I'm not all that concerned with the poison. Generally you can deal with it. But it's a pain, you know. And the giants, or the, not giants, but they're like, these big brutes that are over here throwing rocks at you and shit. I hate this map. I feel like I'm just going to parts of the game that I don't like. So, going back to, I think Shaman King said he never played Dark Souls 1. A lot of people swear it's the best Souls game. I go back and forth. Sometimes it's Dark Souls 1, sometimes it's Demon Souls, and honestly, sometimes it's Dark Souls 3, because I think Dark Souls 3 is, in a lot of ways, it's the best one. One of the main reasons why I like Dark Souls 3 the most is because the builds are better balanced. Like, so Dex builds are more viable in Dark Souls 3, for example. Dex builds aren't hugely viable in Dark Souls 1. They are, but strength builds are basically the best builds, so. And magic is pretty broken. But magic is really broken in Demon Souls. Magic is basically easy mode for that game. So, alright. I need to change this so that I'm carrying moss. So I don't need those. Very good. I hope that's enough fucking moss that I'm carrying. I may have to go buy more. Just in case. What the fuck? Oh yeah, you got a pickaxe out of it. Alright, let's go. Oh, the rusted iron ring will help you move faster. That's what it does. Would you class Dark Souls as some kind of a horror game? No. I've heard that. But I don't know. I in a way, like it, you know, it startles people, and there's definitely like areas of the game that make people really fucking anxious. Who's that? Oh shit, it's the fucking pyromancer dude. Thanks, buddy. Motherfucker. I thought we were friends. dude. I've never had to kill this guy before, I don't think. Or at least not in this game. Not in my first playthrough. Siegmeyer should be... I feel like, he should be up here. But then I thought to myself, wait a minute. Am I supposed to run into him? Oh, no, there he is. There he is. That's him over there, isn't it? Yeah, it is. He fell asleep.
Oh ho! Excuse me, I was so absorbed in thought I just drifted away. You see, I'm actually in a bit of a hole. I've made it this far, but I'm short on antidote moss for this trip back. By my knighthood, I'm ashamed to ask, but can you spare a few scraps of moss? Fantastic! Thank you. A saint you are. This Knight of Katarina expresses his deepest gratitude. I shall not forget this. Please, take this, a symbol of my appreciation.
Thank you.
Our fates do seem entwined, don't they? Perhaps this, too, is the will of Lord Gwyn.
I always thought that this dude, I don't know if you guys think so, but Siegmeyer here, I just know he's got a big mustache. I can just, by his voice, I just know he's got a big handlebar mustache. Maybe even some mutton chops to go with it. I wonder what kind of game Elden Ring is going to be. I don't know. It's a good question. It's a good question. Alright, so now I'm going to warp back to the last bonfire I rested at because frankly, fuck Blighttown. Fuck it sideways, and I don't want any of the items that are down here that much. And, yeah, fuck this place. So now, I think I'm gonna warp to the Firelink Shrine, because maybe I'm wrong about this, but I'm supposed to meet his daughter. So his daughter might be at Firelink Shrine now, or I will see him in the Lost Izalith down by the toilet monsters, and I don't remember what order it is in. These like character quest lines, these NPC quest lines, they get really persnickety and very specific, and you have to be really careful. So I'm gonna work to Firelink Shrine really quick. Like that pyromancer I just killed. You know, he sells you and teaches you pyromancies, and then he just goes down to the swamp and loses it. It's like every time you see these guys in the Firelink Shrine, they're like, I'm gonna go do something. They basically leave and then they lose it, and then they attack you. You know, Big Hat Logan is gone. I know he's in the Duke's Archives right now. And you know, maybe I want to try to like do his quest line, and then this bitch, she went down to the Tomb of the Giants, and this dude here, he's the bad guy, but I'm not sure if I can attack him yet or if I have to wait. So I'm just waiting on that. I haven't been to the catacombs yet. Because I figure I'll do a Lost Izalith first. So, she's not here. I'm curious if they will be able to make the Souls formula work in an open world game. I don't know. Do you think that's what Elden Ring is supposed to be? Oh, yeah, it is, right? I don't think you can pull it off. Something about... The thing is that the reason why the Souls games works is almost because they're not open world. Instead, they have a winding world that, like, folds in on itself and twists around. And one of the reasons why people like Dark Souls the most is because the world feels so coherent. Even though, well, people say it feels more coherent, but it actually is less coherent than, say, Dark Souls 3, which, in my opinion, even though Dark Souls 3 is more linear, a little bit more linear, it's not quite as twisty as Dark Souls 1. I think that the world makes more sense, you know? Like, when you go down underground to New Londo and it looks like it looks like it's nighttime, but in fact you're just underground inside of a cavern. Or when you go to, there is a place that's at night. Yeah, when you go to the Darkroot Basin and it's nighttime, but the Darkroot Basin is, in fact, and the Darkroot Garden are, in fact, just underneath the Undead Parish, and the Undead Parish, it's daytime. Like, that stuff doesn't make any sense, really. I mean, it's fine because it's well designed, but to pretend like it makes sense is kind of, you know, it's a bit dishonest, so... Anyway, I remember patches and Sigurd's quest in Dark Souls 3. That's a quest that's easy to miss if you go too far ahead. Yeah, I haven't... Wait, what does patches do in Dark Souls 3? Oh, yes, I remember that. That's inside the, that's like on the way to the... I know that it's the room where you have like the large like lifting platforms, and there's a Covenant chick. She's like a woman with an egg. That's where Patches is. I want to say that that's like before you fight the Dragon Slayer armor, but I can't remember. Cathedral? Is it the Cathedral of the Deep? Yeah, okay. Cathedral of the Deep. Alright, I'm gonna warp to... where I was gonna go next. Oh, I'm gonna go to Anor Londo and buy a bunch of arrows from the giant blacksmith. So, also, let's access that bottomless box. See, do I have the dragon tooth here? Yeah, no, I know the Deacons of the Deep. It's interesting. It was, you know, they're trying to switch it up. Deacons of the Deep isn't the best boss fight, but it's not the worst. See, the thing is that I'm open to different kinds of boss fights, because otherwise you end up with Dark Souls 2 boss fights, which are all knights. And I think that that's the wrong approach. Okay, yeah, here we go. Dragon Tooth. I'm gonna grab one. I think the Deacon's fight is actually quite clever. Yeah, I don't mind the Deacon's fight. Like it's too easy to like. The thing is that it isn't an unusual boss fight to have like I guess what you could call the mob boss fight. They've done that in Demon Souls with Phalanx. They've done that with Dark Souls 2 did it like multiple times. Bloodborne's done it. I don't know if Dark Souls 1 has a boss fight like that. It probably doesn't, actually. Deacons have really good music. The boss music in Dark Souls 3 is amazing. It's some of the best boss music in all of the games. And Bloodborne has really great music too, but Um, but like the deacons are not my favorite boss fight. No. All right, let's see. Let's reinforce that club. Dragon scale. Oh shit. I need more dragon scales. I can only make it +1. I could like bump up my Gravelord sword. I don't know if that's a good weapon though. You know what I want to do? Dark Souls 2 has terrible music. Yeah, Dark Souls 2 is pretty unmemorable in almost every way. And the thing is, it's disappointing because Dark Souls 2 has some good ideas. And it had a couple of really good boss fights, like the undead, was it the Executioner's Chariot? That was really great. That was a good idea too. That was like a good twist on a boss fight, right? The chariot boss fight. Although, you know, logistically it doesn't make a lot of sense that there's like some guy like running around in circles on a chariot. But as a concept, it was good. I also really like the Looking Glass Knights. That's a really great boss fight. In the rain, with the lightning, and again, it's a really good idea. But most of them are pretty bad. Like there was like the Great Rat, what was it called? The Great Rat something, and it's basically just a bunch of rats. And you have to like find, I think you have to find the one rat that is like different from the rest, and that's the one that's the boss. They also did that in Bloodborne 2 times. They did the Witches of Hemwick, which, you know, first this like gangly creature comes and you think that's the boss, but it's really these invisible pus and boil covered witches, and there's 2 of them. Yeah, Sir Alan is good too. And also there's another dude, what's the name of the dude with a really big club that was like he was like a knight as well, and he reminded me of Garl Vinland from Demon Souls a bit, but it wasn't him. That was a boss fight from Dark Souls 2 that was pretty good too. There were good boss fights. There was even the Ancient Dragon, which was fucking cheap, but it was good nonetheless. But my point is, there were a number of good boss fights, but there are also a number of really like bad ones. Like there were some gank fights that tried to like do the Ornstein and Smo thing, but they didn't do it as well. Like the Royal Rat Vanguard, yeah, that's it. They just didn't do it as well, and it just came across as kind of lazy. I'm gonna upgrade the Gravelord sword. Fuck it. Let's see. 2 + 3. I can always farm. I need more. I need 2 more Demon Titanite. So if I kill that dude one more time, I should be able to do it. Alright, let's buy a bunch of big-ass arrows. My dude. Dragon Slayer arrows. Actually, let's do it this way. Yep. I'll just spend all my money on it. See you soon, nigga. But yeah, I think I heard that on the PC version, someone's making a mod where they're essentially remastering Dark Souls 2, because one of the biggest disappointments about Dark Souls 2 is that it doesn't look as good as it was advertised. And I think that's like a big disappointment as well. Sorry, my bad. Sorry. Fuck those guys. Do you guys happen to know offhand? Because there's a weapon I wanted to make on this playthrough that I kind of forgot about. Ooh, that was close. I think it's is it called Avalon? It's basically the crossbow that's like a machine gun. I think to make it, maybe I'm wrong, but like let me know. Do I need to get like a crossbow, make it plus 10, and then take it to the giant blacksmith with the soul of Gwendolyn? And if you guys know, let me know, because I might do that, which means I'd have to kill Guinevere. I haven't killed her yet because, well, because of the obvious. I just sometimes you want to come in here and just like gaze. Don't kill the titties. But it's good for morale to pop in there and stare at those sweater puppies, sweater zeppelins for a little while. Alright, so we're gonna warp to Daughter of Chaos again. What I'm gonna do is, this girl's flat-chested, but she's still sweet too. All breasts are good. Me and intellectual. Except for the Bed of Chaos. Fuck that place. Evelyn is in the Duke's archives. Oh, so it's not something you make? I must have missed that then. Yeah, so I was gonna tell you that I wanted to save Solaire and I fucked up. And it actually upsets me. So I heard, or I looked it up because I didn't look it up before on how to save Solaire. I just played through the game and then, like, I tried not to look things up, you know, but I couldn't figure out why he kept dying on my playthrough. And the thing is, to save him is very, it's like you can't just stumble on it. It's really, you'd have to really be lucky. You'd have to like really be you know, either making an effort to do that, or you would have to look it up, you know, like somebody would have to tell you. Fuck those things. Killed my friend. Evelyn, yeah, so anyway, as I was saying, so what happened was, I did everything right. It's the bullshit treasure on top of a bookshelf that you must drop. Oh, yes, right. I remember. You have to like drop while it's rotating, right? Yeah, that's some bullshit. I'm not even sure if it's worth it, but I kind of want it, so I might try to get it. Like when I go to the Duke's archives, kind of want that crossbow. Even though I don't use crossbows, so, but I that's another thing too about, I think in Demon Souls for sure, crossbows are garbage in that game. So I didn't even try crossbows in other games because I just assumed that they're not as good as bows. Because bows you can snipe with. I don't think you could snipe with crossbows, or at least you couldn't before. But I'm fairly certain that at this stage, they balance them out. You know, probably in Dark Souls 3 they balance them out. Because I feel like Dark Souls 3 was one of the more balanced out Dark Souls games. Like, they balanced out backstabs, like Dark Souls 2. I'm sorry, Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 1, this one. The backstab is just so broken. It's so broken. That's why PvP is, like, it's almost no fun, because what you get is you get people who, they have, like, it's like the assassin's dagger, and they just maneuver themselves in such a way where they know exactly where to push the button to initiate the backstab animation, and it doesn't even have to look like a backstab, but you just get a backstab, and it's always like enough to kill you because they have like the, you know, the fucking the appropriate ring, like the Leo ring, and then they have the assassin dagger, and they probably have like something else, you know, some other buff, or the red tearstone ring, so they do it when their health is low or whatever, and it's just like a one-hit kill. But yeah, with Solaire, I did everything right, and then I got to this point, and I knew that I needed to get, like, from what I read was you needed to have rank 1 plus 1 Chaos Servant to open this secret door. And if you open the secret door before Solaire comes down here, then you kill the Sunlight Maggot and he doesn't go crazy. Yeah, two guys circle strafing each other, exactly. And so the mistake was that, this is what I read, was you needed Chaos Servant plus 1, but that's not true. You need Chaos Servant plus 2, which costs like fucking 50 humanity or some shit like that. It's like a crazy amount, right? If you have a shield on your back, you should be immune to backstabs. Yeah, I don't think you are, but it makes sense, I guess. I wouldn't say immune. Maybe you should reduce backstab damage by a lot. But what they do in Dark Souls 3 to fix it is backstabs are not automatic. Like, you have to, you need like a few frames of animation, like I want to say, you know, a fraction of a second that you need an opening for, and so backstabs are not as easy to pull off. And I think that that should be how it is, because, you know, they're really powerful attacks, and also, like, if you're doing like player versus player, it shouldn't be like a dogfight where you're just like trying to get behind the other guy. That doesn't seem like the way that, you know, fantasy warriors would duel it out. It's not just a bunch of dudes trying to get to the other guy's ass. And instead, they do that, and then there's like the thing where if you break somebody's poise or guard or whatever, you can go in for a critical attack that way from the front as well. You could also kick them, and it knocks their shield away if they're, you know, if they're turtling up, and that also, I think, opens up for a critical attack. So they have a few methods to in Dark Souls 3 PvP that I think make it better, so they're less exploitable. So anyway, I didn't have my Chaos Servant at plus 2 because I read that you needed plus 1. Now I wonder if they changed it. Maybe it was plus 1 in the original version and they made it harder to do, because I know that there are things about the remastered version that they changed. So I think that being said, hold on a second. That being said, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. It's gonna take me a while though. $87. I'm gonna have to move up. Saw how everything changed colors? Every time I shoot, I go back a little bit. Uh-oh. His lightning does a lot of damage, too. That bow has some serious recoil. Yeah. Okay, so I was supposed to get it up to +2 instead of +1, and I didn't know that, so I thought I was good, and I came down here, and my Chaos Servant wasn't opening the door, and so I was like, well, what the fuck, you know, and I decided to go ahead and kill the centipede. So I kill the centipede. They literally give you back-to-back bosses. Like, you fight the fire sage demon, which is basically just the asylum demon but with fire. It was just there's the reskinning of bosses in this game. That doesn't happen very often, but it is a little bit annoying. Like, you literally fight 3 demons that are basically the same demon. It's just you get like a small one, and then you get a big one, and then you get one that's big and on fire. Okay. And then right after that, you fight the centipede, which is also an annoying boss. And right before that, you fought the fucking, what is it? The, ceaseless discharge. So it's like 3 bosses back to back in a way. You know, you fight ceaseless discharge, then you fight a bunch of mini bosses, which are Capra demons and Taurus demons. And then you get to the fire sage demon, then you fight the centipede demon. And, after I beat the centipede, I went to the bonfire, and Solaire's sitting there, and I'm like, okay, I'm still good, right? So I talked to him, and he's basically saying I'm looking for my own son or whatever. And then I'm at Chaos Servant +1, so I'm like, okay, I need to, like, this isn't working, so I guess I need to give up more humanity. So I'm warping between the bonfire where Solaire is at in the demon ruins, and I'm also going to other places to get humanity. So, like, I went and bought some from, you know, the merchant that's inside of the that's by the depths that sells it, and then there's like the rats, you know, and I farm some inside of the depths, and then I go back and I'm like, okay, I have enough humanity now. I'm gonna raise my level up to Chaos Servant +2 because that must be it. And so I get it up to Chaos Servant +2, but when I warp back, Solaire is not at the bonfire anymore. And I'm like, oh shit, you know, I hopefully I didn't fuck this up, but I needed more humanity because the level was the way that they said it when I looked it up was wrong. So I get it up to +2, I open the back door, and I go in there, and sure enough, fucking Solaire is in there, and he's lost it. And I had to kill him, and on top of that, the maggot that I was supposed to kill was also in there, alive. And so I was like, well, that's disappointing. What the fuck? Why did I miss? Oh, that sucked. There we go. So yeah, he died, and kind of bummed out because I wanted him to survive so I can summon him for the Gwyn fight. And I apologize for this. This is boring, I know, but the demon is just like no fun. It's not even fun to fight this asshole. You know what? That's something else I want to ask. Maybe I shouldn't even be doing this. Maybe I should, well, you know what? No, I want the Titanite from this guy. Because, there's also Kirk. There's so much going on here. So, if I kill Kirk 3 times, I think I get his set. And I've killed him... I killed him... does anyone remember where you fight him? Because I fought him, I know, at least once before in this game. Does anyone remember where you fight Kirk? He's the guy with the thorn armor that invades your world. I think he invades you 3 times, and if you kill him the 3rd time, he gives you get his set. Fuck. Yeah, I know that. Uh-oh. I'm gonna back up a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I know about that. I know but there's another time that he invades you too. There are 3 times. And I've killed him once. I think he invades you in Anor Londo, is what I want to say, but I'm not sure. And then he invades you in here, and he either invades you somewhere else in between, or he invades you one more time after this, which would be either in the Duke's Archives or in the it would either be in the Duke's Archives, or he invades you in the what's the other place I'm thinking about? In the catacombs, or even in the Tomb of the Giants. Got me some Demon Titanite. Worth it. I can make my my Dragon Tooth +5 now. See how that goes. And I also have 14,000 souls, which I can use to buy more arrows. After I've upgraded the weapon, that is. But yeah, kind of bummed out that Solaire died. Didn't really want that to happen. Yeah, Matthias, what's up? I think you can't buff Dragon Tooth. I don't think you can either, but it's okay. I want to make it +5 regardless. Usually you can't buff weapons like that. Usually they usually they're like plain weapons. Like, I don't think I can even, because I have like a Silver Knight Greatsword or Silver Knight Sword in the depths with the basilisks before the Fire Sage Demon and before the Bed of Chaos. I killed him in the depths with the basilisks, but I don't think I fought him before the Fire Sage Demon. Yes, I did kill him in the depths. I remember that for sure. But I don't think I fought him before the Fire Sage Demon. Just wanted to warn you since you mentioned you wanted to be able to buff. No, I mean, some weapons I do, but... You know, I know that, like, sometimes the not buffing is, like, part of the... It's part of the balance, right? Like, I think if you could buff the Dragon Tooth, it would probably make it broken. But I can always do Power Within instead. So it's not really a big deal. But since I've already got it to +4, I may as well go all the way. So. Let me see what time it is. I gotta quit soon. 8 o'clock? Okay. Another area I don't particularly like is, the Painted World, Priscilla. It's just kind of annoying level. And I don't like that once you go in, you can't leave until you're done. So, like, I can't go in there to farm anything or whatever. I mean, I guess you can, but you gotta make sure you get out. Anyway, on the one hand, when it comes to this series, on the one hand, I'm glad that they're not making any more, because I think that that's how you destroy a franchise, is you like oversaturate it, and sometimes you just want something to come out and just be like, everybody remembers it, right? Like, you wouldn't want to. Would you really want a sequel to Shadow of the Colossus? Or would you rather that they did what they did, which is, you know, they gave us 3 games that are connected, like there's a thread that connects, you know, Ico, Shadow of the Colossus, and what was the one with the pet? Oh man, that's like slip of the tongue, or it's slipping my mind right now. But they're all different, right? Sadly, the Painted World is a completely optional area and is better designed than Lost Izalith. Yeah. You know what I didn't get? Speaking of optional areas. So I did buy... The DLC for this is amazing. That's a good area. The boss fights are really good. Like, what is it? First you fight Knight Artorias. No, first you fight the Sanctuary Guardian, which is basically a Chimera. Then you fight Knight Artorias, and then you fight Manus. And those are all really good. Like, they do a good job with the level design and all that. And I thought that's a good piece of DLC. And then when I didn't do Scholar of the First Sin for Dark Souls 2. I didn't get any of the stuff for that. I just wasn't impressed. I heard that Scholar of the First Sin addresses a lot of the problems, but oops, nope, that's not what I want to do. Oh, what? Oh, I need a dragon scale for that. So this is the Gravelord sword that I was upgrading. That's right. Alright, Gravelord sword is upgraded. So I need like fucking a bunch of dragon scales. I have to join a covenant for that. It's the one that's the dragon covenant that's in the I have to go down to the underneath the tree. Well, oh, and Calamite, that's right, and Calamite, which is actually probably the hardest boss of all of them. I forgot. So yeah, that's pretty good, right? It's a pretty good value. I guess I'll use some souls to buy a bunch more arrows. Later. But anyway, so in Dark Souls 3, they did make 2 pieces of DLC. And I downloaded the first one. I bought the first one, which is the Painted World, again, the Ariandel. And I liked it. It has a really great boss fight, and I thought it was just well done. But for some reason, I heard people say excuse me, they didn't actually like that DLC very much, and that And so I was like thinking, well, shit, did I, maybe it wasn't that as good a value as I thought. Like, I don't know, it's possible. So I wanted to ask if any of you guys have played Dark Souls 3 and if you've played the Ring City DLC. Because I heard good things about the Ring City, and let me know if you think it's better than the Painted World of Ariandel. Because the Painted World of Ariandel does have some stuff in it that's a little bit lazy. Like there's a wolf boss, which is basically just a giant wolf that you fight, earlier in the level. But the final payoff, where you fight Sister Frida and her father, is actually quite a great boss fight. So it's much better, yeah. Yeah, I know that I've seen video of the Slave Knight Gale fight, and I guess there are there are two demons, like the bosses. There's two demons that you fight. There's Slave Knight Gale that you fight. What else is there in the Ring City? Is there a dragon or something? Or like Midir, I think. There's a dragon. Yes. Yeah, there's a dragon in it. There are two demons. There, Dark Eater Midir. Yeah, that's right. And there is Slave Knight Gale. And I'm not sure if there's anything else. From what I've seen, people don't actually particularly enjoy Sister Frida. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was fine. It's tough. Half light? I don't know what that is. Is that another boss? It's a PvP boss fight. So like someone else turns into is that what it is? It's somebody else turns into a boss encounter or something? That sounds like the monk from Demon Souls. Is that what it is? I'm curious. What was the weapon I just upgraded? The Gravelord sword, right? I didn't even look at it. 397? That's pretty damn good. But what else? I like... yeah, I like the monk, okay. I really like Frida, but some people didn't like it because it's 3 bosses in a row, with the last one being really hard. She is pretty difficult. It reminds me though of, and here's another bit of, I didn't get the DLC for Bloodborne either, which is the Old Hunters. And it was just a money thing. Like I couldn't afford it at the time, and then I beat Bloodborne, and I am kind of playing through it again right now. Like, but kind of slow going. Like I think I'm about to fight. And I'm sorry if you guys have never played Bloodborne, like if you don't have a PlayStation or whatever. I know that's the only way you could play it, but Bloodborne, honestly, is my favorite Souls game of all the Souls games. Bloodborne is just so original. I love Demon Souls, I love Dark Souls, and I love Sekiro even. I don't think Sekiro is bad. I think that it gets it's some people kind of unfairly malign it because they're expecting a Souls game and it's not really a Souls game, but Bloodborne's my favorite of all of them. It's just the most. It just has all of the aesthetic that I like. So, oh, it does auxiliary effects. Okay, let's try it out. Let's rock this. Let's rock this shit. There was one thing I wanted to check about this weapon, by the way, was Oh, the scaling is garbage, though. The scaling is trash. Well, let's see if it works. I'll give it a try. So, I want to test it, but I want to go to a different place. Bloodborne is my favorite, too. Yeah. Where can I do PvP? Or, not PvP, I'm sorry. I know where I could do PvP. Where can I help people? That's what I want to do. I want to do cooperation with other players. So I can hear people ringing bells, so I know motherfuckers are playing. I'm gonna check in my group. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. I'm currently looking in the community that I'm in that's called Dark Souls Remastered Jolly Cooperation. Need help with 4 Kings if anybody's down. I will send this guy a message. This was 20 minutes ago. I would just let him know that I'm new game plussing, because that will affect whether or not I can help him. There we go. And let's see what else. About a half hour ago, people were talking about it. Get the loot from this place. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to New Londo. Looks like people need help there. I hate New Londo ruins. That's another place I don't like. Basically, the Dark Souls 1 has 3 locations that I'm not a fan of. New Londo Ruins, Lost Izalith, and Blighttown. And I know that everyone says Blighttown, but it's shit, because once you go there, you're fucking stuck there for a long fucking time. Anyway, but yeah, the Bloodborne DLC, I didn't get it, and I heard that's really good too. Like, there's a lot of really great boss fights, a lot of really cool, like, new creatures. Like, they really made it worth your while, you know? So... Well, that sword is metal, isn't it? I'm gonna put my sign down in the usual spot. Sorry guys, just testing it out. Ooh, dark attack. $500 damage, holy shit. Ironically, I equipped this new sword, but it's not really going to be useful to me unless I use transient curses. Which I don't really want to do. Well, actually, you know, I don't mind doing it. I did make the Sword of Artorias so I can kill these guys without having to use up transient curses, but now that I think about it, does it really matter? Maybe I should invade a world. Should I do that? I never do that. Oh, I can't use this. Why can't I use this? In the other world, hollows cannot use the item. Oh, right. I think I want to be that guy. I'm gonna go unhollow and invade somebody's world. Blighttown was terrible before the remaster. I quite enjoy it now when the frame rate doesn't crush you. Yeah. It's not as annoying. My problem wasn't with the frame rate. I mean, yeah, that did get frustrating, but my problem with Blighttown is that there's kind of some bullshit in Blighttown. Let's be real. Like those guys that blow darts at you, those guys are the worst thing about fucking Dark Souls. And you know, I'm glad they stay permadead when you fucking kill them, but they're the worst thing. But like the real thing is that once you go in there, it's so like depressing. It takes forever to get out. You have to see it through. You can cut through the shortcut, but invaders make a service to community. They add a lot of tension and admirable moments to the game. Yeah. There you go. That's a good way to look at it. I had way more humanity before I started joining the Chaos Covenant. Okay, I'm gonna change my music, or my magic around, I think. So, let's do some pyromancy. How many slots does that take up? 2? Okay. Alright. We'll do chaos. Let's see. Power within. What does Black Flame do? Oh, right, that's a melee thing. Let's do Chaos Storm because I got it, and then let's do Great Chaos Fireball takes 2 slots. Iron Flesh. Is that the thing that weighs you down? Yeah, no, it's okay. I don't know, we'll just do Combustion, I guess. Which is better. I do have a... Wait, don't I have a Chaos Flame too? I think I do. Oh, you know what? It's in the box. And it doesn't have any pluses. I'll just wield the regular flame. It's fine. Alright. Alright, let's invade. I wish there was a way to know. This is something that I think that they should do. There should be a way for you to know if there's a section of the game where there are people that are in your like sort of range that you can invade, or that you know what I'm saying, like, because otherwise you could go to a place and there's like nobody there that's in your level range, especially if like the game's been out for a while and people have sort of moved on to play other things, because it really you could be wasting your time. Like right now, I might not find anybody to invade because there might be people in here, but they might be on their first playthrough, they might be on their sixth playthrough, and so I can't even, like, I'm not in range of anyone, and I think it can be a little bit like, I don't know, it can be a little bit annoying because you could be looking for people to invade and there's nobody to invade. But if there was a way to know, like, what your odds were, like some kind of visual cue that told you there are other people playing this game that are like within your range that you could invade. Because otherwise you're going to end up just going to the places where everyone goes. Like if I go to Darkroot Garden, everyone's invading in there. If I put on the, if it reminds me to change my ring, because I don't need this one on now anymore. Yeah, see, like, this could be a waste of time. Dark Souls 2 and 3 tells you where high player activity is, but I'm not sure about Dark Souls 1. How does Dark Souls 3 tell you? How do they do that? I don't remember. Because I might not find a place. I might not be able to invade anyone if no one's here. I wonder if that used up my durability on this weapon. At the bonfire, when you teleport, there will be an... Oh, that's right, that's right, that's right. Yes, you're right. Dark Souls 2 and 3 did do that. It was like little... They looked like little silhouettes of people. And there were more of them that told you there was more activity there. Yeah, it looks like it uses a little bit of your... I'm just checking, see if that changed my weapon's durability a lot. $5.99, 600. No, I guess it didn't. It's not like the Moonlight Sword, I guess. Invasion canceled. What do you mean? Do I run out of time? Is that what it is? I just saw somebody's ghost. Let's try one more time. It didn't use it up, so... If this doesn't work, then... I'll go to a different location and try again. Maybe I'll go to Los Isolith and see if I can invade there. Or I could try to invade, let me think of another place. I could go to Darkroot Basin, Darkroot Garden rather, over by Sif. I know that people are always fighting in there. It's like basically the PvP area. I could also try invading in Anor Londo. What would you guys suggest? Give me a location. Now, I haven't been to the catacombs yet, so if I decide to go there, I'd have to like fight my way down to the first bonfire. And the catacombs aren't great for they're not great for invasions because, like, well, they are in a way. I mean, there's like traps and shit. I could try invading in Sen's Fortress, but I don't think that... I don't know that that would work because there aren't... like, that's a kind of low-level area, so... I could try invading in... no, I think it's probably going to come down to Anor Londo, Los Isolith, and I could do Blighttown maybe, but I don't know. It might work. Yeah. When someone decides to invade, I think I'll cause a bunch of problems on purpose. Yeah, they did this really cool thing in Dark Souls 3 that I really liked. This guy's chilling over here. Just chilling. Chilling in his rags. Invasion. Oh, you know what? Maybe it went through the... I think I ran out of time. Alright, I'm gonna go to a different place. Because there's nothing down here. It's quiet as fuck. They did a really good job of hiding the load screens. Or load times. Let's go to Darkroot Garden and try to invade there. Or better yet, let's go to Anor Londo and do it. Oop. See if we can find something to do. What up, girl? Why can't I use it here? I'm gonna warp to the Chamber of the Princess instead. Yeah, one of the things they did in Dark Souls 3 that really it makes PvP more exciting. They've added like and Dark Souls 2 did this too, to be fair, but they added a bunch of like other ways you could like interact in the with the sort of community, I guess you could say. And one of the items that I thought was really cool was it was very rare, so it didn't come up all the time, but it was basically like I think it was called the seed of a giant tree, and what it did was it oh shit, it was called the seed of a giant tree. Are these guys coming up all the way up here? Oh fuck that, bro. And I think it was that, I might be wrong, but what if you used it, it would make all the enemies in the level hostile towards invaders. So the invader didn't just have to deal with you, he had to deal with all the monsters that were there. And sometimes when I would get invaded, I would use the seed, and the guy would, like, because he had to defend himself, he would end up having to help me kill the monsters. Or I'd wait, like I put it in my inventory, and when the invader would come, I'd like lead them towards, like, by some enemies. Like I pretend like I'm backing up, and there'd be like a black knight or something that's close by, and I would get the black knight to the enemies. The people who were invading would often use the environment to their advantage, so they'd like hang around the black knights, and what I would do is, when they were like standing near them, that's when I would pop it, and then the black knights would turn on them, or whatever the enemies were, giant crabs, whatever. So I may not be able to invade. There might, if this doesn't work, I'm gonna have to go, because I gotta get started on my day. So, but it was fun getting a little bit of me time, since Lindsay's at work and been doing work non-stop for weeks. Hoi! Thanks for hanging around with me on my stream. I really appreciate it. I'm not going to be able to invade, I don't think. For some reason, my guy is breathing. I don't know why that is. Sometimes I do think that there is an element of horror in this game because they create tension. That's what it's all about. Fucking hate these guys. This is the only stream I've been able to watch for the last 2 weeks. I work a rotating schedule and it's my turn to work the evenings. Nigga. What's this? Dragon remnant. Is that how you get a dragon scale? Well, I'm not fucking with that dude, so... Am I still waiting for to invade a world? It's weird, like, I've already beaten this area, like, Ornstein and Smo are dead, so I guess they're still... Why would that even be there? Like... That just... He's got my sword. That just creates more PvP. It's... I mean, I guess it does, but... Seems like a... Like, if you're here, are you expecting people to fight you? I don't know. I don't get it. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna find a world to invade. Thing is, though, I do need dragon scales to upgrade my dragon tooth. I'm gonna go back to the gargoyle axe, I think. I'm gonna quit. Gargoyle's halberd. You can invade that guy if you use his sign. So he's inviting me to invade him? If I die, will I lose my souls, or do I just get sent back to my world? Let me know. Nah, fuck it. I'm not risking that much. I think he's gonna come in here. Yeah, I think he's just coming in here. I don't actually need to beat this level, my dude. Wait, that was the dragon, not the Grave Lord. Yeah, that was the dragon. Oh, shit. Well, PvP is still PvP. Yeah. I won't indict him. I can just go get my souls really quick. I lost my humanity, but it is what it is. Alright, I gotta quit. It's been 2 hours. So, I'm gonna go. I got shit I gotta do. I gotta get to work on Englewood. Find out if there's anything I have to do for Honey Badger Radio. So, thanks guys for coming on and watching me get pwned by that guy. Yeah, indict. Yeah, they fixed a lot of the. There were a lot of Covenant things that didn't work in Dark Souls originally that they fixed in this one, like the Dragon Sign and the Gravelord Servant. They didn't work very well, especially the Gravelord thing. That didn't work at all. And the indictment is basically like if you get invaded, you can indict the person who invaded you, and then there's another Covenant that if somebody's wearing like I think they have to wear a ring or something, and they basically get transported into the person's world to essentially, you know, kill them back. It balances out basically, you know. And any souls you lose, you can get back. Humanity too. It's just give you a pain. It doesn't have the same downward slope that Demon Souls has, where, you know, as the tendency gets darker, the more difficult the game becomes for you, and so the harder it is for you to like win. So, but anyhow, Yeah, so I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks guys for coming on, and yeah, I'll talk to you later. Thanks for hanging out. I'll do another one of these tomorrow in around the same time, and maybe I'll do a different game. So talk to you later, guys.